This bonus episode of Technically Speaking picks up on our episode about apex predators. Did you notice that the end of that episode seemed a little bit abrupt? Well, that's because Jasmin's recording equipment stopped working midway through the conversation, but it was so much fun that Antonia, Ellie and Jasmin re-recorded a version of it.
You know, we were talking about the woolly mammoth.
Oh yeah, I couldn't say for sure what wiped them out, whether it was the asteroid or not.
In the end, it was the glaciation period that helped bring about their extinction.
Oh. So it was climate change.
Yeah, basically it got too warm for them.
They were too woolly for their own good. And we also suggested that humans are almost wiping out their own species, and we talked about various things to do with outer space.
Yeah, we figured that certain rich people would just escape extinction brought about by man-made climate change by fleeing to other planets.
Kind of like at the end of, spoiler alert, Don't Look Up, which instead of climate change used the impact of an asteroid as an analogy.
That film is so scary. I feel like it is actually going to predict the future. It'll just be Leonardo DiCaprio banging on Instagram about climate change and world leaders ignoring him. And then Elon Musk will escape to Mars, and then rich people will therefore be the apex predator, right? Like maybe Elon Musk is the apex predator in this situation.
I really don't want to say that, but I kind of agree, because he's ultimately, beat everyone for survival.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, didn't he also say some stuff about how he wants to repopulate the planet or something?
I mean, he's got a lot of children.
He does.
We also managed, because in that film, the asteroid is heading to Earth, that's what kills everyone at the end. But we have managed to nudge an asteroid off course in real life. NASA and the DART mission successfully changed the orbit or the path of an asteroid. I'm not sure quite what that.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was last year. It was September last year. It was the DART mission. I think it was called Didymos or Diamos, the moon. Not the moon, the asteroid they managed to move. But it made there's a video of the impact of them firing the thing at it, and then it gets hit. It's very cool. Look it up. It's good.
That does sound really good. You'd have thought it would have been a big news story with loads of fanfare, that humanity isn't going to be destroyed, but I didn't hear this either.
It wasn't a threatened to humanity sort of asteroid. It was a very safe asteroid that they just wanted to see if they could move it, so that in the future, if there was one that was going to threaten Earth with extinction, they could also do that. So I guess the distance away from it made it less exciting, but it was very exciting at the time if you were aware that it was happening, but I guess it wasn't big enough news.
I mean, if you had some talented film company, you probably would find some drama in it, kind of like how Laura was talking about it with her documentary about the scientists in Japan. She found drama in an experiment that had to be done in a specific time frame, so why not? But I think when we talked about this before was it doesn't intentionally try to kill us, such as the asteroid. It was just passing by. It wasn't actually trying to kill humanity. Doesn't make it a predator. But if we can beat an asteroid, doesn't that still make us the apex predator?
Yeah, if you're a really good MMA fighter, could you maybe potentially win against a bear?
Against a bear?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Humans are way too slow and fragile. Think how many teeth and claws a bear has. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But we've used our ingenuity and we've created weapons. So what about that?
I mean, yeah, if you had a gun, fight a bear, yeah, you'd probably win if you knew what you were doing. But I mean, think how many Americans accidentally shoot themselves every year. So there's no guarantee that you would win. But yes, if you had a gun, I think you'd stand a much better chance and you knew how to use it. But if you didn't have a gun, you're not beating a bear. But apparently the only thing that we can beat animals in, like predators, is our stamina. We're really bad at swimming, we're really bad at climbing, we're really, compared to these, apex predators, but we are really good at running slowly quite a long way. That's literally our one where we beat the animal kingdom, is that we're really good, people running ultra marathons and ultra Ironmans and whatever they're called. We're really good at running slowly along a long distance. That's the only thing we beat the animal kingdom in.
We collectively, rather than me as an individual, though.
Oh yeah, people I don't know, Mo Farah and whoever's running marathons, the Ironmans. I don't know any athletes, but yeah, not me. I can do a 5K in less than 28 minutes, but that's my only claim to fame.
That's still impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am proud of my run stats.
It's good. But that still makes the bear the apex predator then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just to change topic a little bit, there was another survival skill that me and Jasmine were talking about. Animals being so cute that we, and instead of trying to kill them, want to save them.
Panda bears are a good one that comes to mind. So pandas, the face of the World Wildlife Fund, the symbol of China, the animal that China uses for diplomacy. Yeah, they're just like super cute. People love them. They're so cute that people are spending millions and millions of dollars every year trying to stop them from going extinct.
So you're arguing that they are the apex predator because they've convinced human beings to look after them rather than trying to kill or eat anything else. They've just used their cuteness to manipulate humankind.
Yeah, you can like frame it that way. I mean, you guys are slaves to your pets. You do everything for your pets. Who's the real master in the house?
I mean, they eat a heck of a lot of bamboo, and because it's low in like nutrient content, I guess it's always going to be a bit limiting for survival. And they're not really massively fussed about breeding. I think they have to like be 7 years old or something. Like, it takes a long time for them to reach sexual maturity. So they're not massively fussed about carrying on their own species. So yeah, maybe this is the way forwards.
Is that a prerequisite to being an apex predator, or just a prerequisite to surviving and not going extinct?
And not going extinct is an interesting one, because obviously it's people that have had this impact on pandas especially, right? So we've destroyed their habitat. It's probably a good thing that we're helping them, saving them. I don't want panda bears to go extinct, not at all. But we have caused it, so maybe it is on humanity to save them. And maybe we haven't directly been manipulated by pandas because they're adorable. It's just that people like adorable things, even if they don't want our help. It's very easy for people to be like, oh, cute panda, I'll give £2 to the WWF to help them.
Yeah, and like, you guys both have pets.
You can literally hear my...
Yeah, I can literally hear Buffy in the background, meow.
Yeah, that is her call, isn't it, to survival.
Feed me.
I'm absolutely a slave to my cat's barks, and she's normally the one meowing in the background of the podcast, so it's nice to hear a little Buffy voice for a change.
That was pretty much where we end the episode. And where do you stand, Ellie? Are humans the apex predator?
No, absolutely not. I pick animals any day. I don't think you can take the fact that we've invented guns and weapons and horrible things like that over the fact that a tiger in its habitat, or a lion, or any of the big sharks are so perfectly adapted and so brilliantly able to succeed at the top of the food chain.
What about you, Jasmine?
Yeah, I agree with Ellie. Like, animals are just like better at being a predator, and humans, especially modern day humans, we're just couch potatoes. So we're not winning any fights.
The views expressed in this podcast belong entirely to the person that said them. They do not represent any industry or organisation. If you enjoyed listening to these views, it would really help us out if you could rate us, leave a review and tell a friend. This podcast was sponsored by no one, but if you're interested in funding us to continue to have frank discussions about science and engineering, please get in touch.